Hey guys, welcome back. Problems, everyone's got them, right? In this lesson, I'll teach you how to better talk about problems using some really common English idioms. Together, we'll go through over 14 common English idioms related to problems which you could use to better talk about your problems in English. Now, if this is the first time you're here on my YouTube channel, welcome. My name's Adriana from EnglishTeacherAdriana.com. I help English learners improve their English, boost their confidence to finally speak English confidently. Be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel, turn on notifications so you get that bell when I post my next video lesson here to help you improve your English. Now in this lesson, we're going through many idioms. To help you remember and use them, I suggest that you use and apply the shadowing technique. So while you hear me saying these idioms, copy, shadow, imitate me out loud so that you remember and most importantly, use them when speaking in English. Go and find yourself a quiet corner and let's begin with the first idiom. Now the first idiom, to face the music, basically means that you accept criticism, you accept everything that is happening. So you've confronted the problem, you know that it exists, and now you have to deal with it. For example, Bob had to face the music in our meeting yesterday when our boss called him out for wasting time at work. So here, basically, he had to deal with the problem. His boss caught him, and now he had to face the music. Maybe he'll be punished. Maybe his boss will just yell at him. We don't know what's going to happen, but he had to face the music. Careful pronunciation, to face the music. To face the music. Now you may find yourself in a situation where maybe somebody is being a little bit tactless. They're being really embarrassing, maybe towards someone, maybe about a situation. They may put their foot in it. To put your foot in it. Again, this basically means to do something really tactless and embarrassing. For example, Mary really put her foot in it when she told Bob about the surprise birthday party we'd been planning for him for weeks now. So here, she wasn't thinking, she was being tactless and she embarrassed us all. Well, actually, we wanted it to be a surprise for Bob, but she put her foot in it by telling Bob. Careful pronunciation, to put your foot in it. To put your foot in it. Now the idiom to clutch at straws, careful here pronunciation, clutch. To clutch at straws is a great idiom to describe the fact that you'll basically hang on to any solution. So basically you'll do anything to fix that problem because that problem is a really big problem and you just want it resolved. For example, the company that Mary's working at the moment, they're going through a hard time. She offered to take a pay cut. She's clutching at straws. She doesn't want to lose her job. So here basically she knows she's in a bad situation. Most likely she'll get fired, but she's trying to clutch at straws. She's trying to find other solutions to this really bad problem, that being her losing her job. So here she's asked for a pay cut. She's clutching at straws. Careful pronunciation, to clutch at straws. To clutch at straws. But if you cause yourself a problem that's really hard for you to get out of, then you could use an idiom to dig yourself a hole. To dig yourself a hole. So here you've caused yourself that problem. For example, Mary's dug herself a hole. She started preparing for the IELTS exam too late and now she's panicking. So here she really caused this problem for herself. The problem being her feeling anxious, her panicking, and not being prepared for the IELTS exam. Careful pronunciation, to dig yourself a hole. To dig yourself a hole. Now the idiom to put someone in a barrel, not barrel, barrel. To put someone in a barrel basically means that you find yourself in a situation and there are no solutions. So it's a big problem, you don't know how to get out of it because there are no solutions. For example, Mary has Bob over a barrel. If he doesn't pay her, she'll take everything he's got. So here, Bob has no choice. He has to pay Mary. Careful pronunciation, to have someone over a barrel. To have someone over a barrel. Now, if somebody's left you to deal with a problem, so maybe previously they were part of the problem, but they left for some reason and you're left in this awful situation by yourself, you could use an idiom to be left holding the baby, to describe this. For example, the other investors pulled out the project and we were left holding the baby. So here, as other people had left the problem, so investing in this project, now we were left in this situation carrying the baby. So here, dealing with a problem or carrying the baby. Careful pronunciation, to be left holding the baby. To be left holding the baby. Also, if you find yourself in a situation where you're doing too many things at once and it's causing you problems, so maybe you take on a lot of tasks and you feel that you don't have enough time, maybe you don't even have enough energy to maybe complete those tasks or deal with those problems, you could use the idiom spreading yourself too thin. Spreading yourself too thin. So basically, you're doing too much at once. For example, I'm worried about my friend Mary. I can see that she's spreading herself too thin. She's taking on too many activities at once, and I'm worried that a boss may think or perceive her as being unorganized. She's really not, but she just can't deal with this workload. So here, spreading herself too thin is being used to express that she is taking on too much. She's doing too much and she can't place all of her efforts, all of her time on those tasks. Careful pronunciation, spreading yourself too thin. Spreading yourself too thin. Now, if you come across a problem and it's stopping you from achieving something, maybe a bigger goal, you may then come up against a stumbling block. Come up across a stumbling block. So basically this means it's a big problem, so maybe some blocks have fallen over, they've stumbled, and you can't go anywhere until you solve that problem. For example, our department's projects hit a stumbling block when we found out that the company lost all of our investors. So here they stopped the problem, the big problem that we no longer have any investors. This was our stumbling block. So we were not able to continue with our projects, achieve our goals. So here we hit a stumbling block. Careful pronunciation, to come up against a stumbling block. To come up across a stumbling block. Also, if you find yourself in a big problem, situation where you feel you can't get out of, then you could use the idiom to be in dire straits. To be in dire straits. For example, Bob was in dire straits when Mary left him. So here he just felt like all these problems are happening. It was a big problem for him that Mary had left him. Careful pronunciation, to be in dire straits. Dire straits. To be in dire straits. Also, the idiom to draw the blank. To draw the blank is a great idiom to use when you're unable to find information. So information as to how to solve the problem or to go ahead with that project, idea, basically any issue or problem you have. For example, unfortunately, we're going to have to draw the blank on this project. There are too many problems and we cannot find adequate solutions. So here we're going to have to stop the project, forget about it, because we are unable to find information. Careful pronunciation, to draw a blank. To draw a blank. If you find yourself in an unpleasant situation, but you just have to accept it and move on, then a great idiom you could use is to be a fact of life. To be a fact of life. For example, Mary's son came home crying and she was trying to explain to him that, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. It's just a fact of life. He'll have to understand. Careful pronunciation, to be a fact of life. Fact of life. To be a fact of life. Also, somebody maybe gives you an idea and maybe you need to realize that idea, but it's not that easy to do. It sounds great, it sounds fantastic, but it's not easy to do. Then you could use the idiom easier said than done. Easier said than done. For example, running 10 kilometers a day sounds great, but it's really easier said than done. So here, easier said than done is being used to describe the fact that it's easy to talk about running 10Ks a day, but is it really practical? Is it really easy to do this every single day? Remember guys, that practice makes perfect. Make sure to watch this video lesson a few times. Once is great, twice is perfect. Shadow, repeat out loud to help you remember, and most importantly, use these new idioms when speaking in English. Let's take it one step further now by completing a homework task together. Watch this video lesson for a third time, choose 5 new idioms, and use them in a sentence in the comments below this video. Remember guys, if you like this video lesson, please do let me know by smashing that like button. Like this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Turn on notifications so that you get that bell when I post my next video lesson here to help you improve your English. Continue learning with me by downloading my free audio guide where I share with you exactly what you need to be doing every single day to drastically improve your confidence speaking in English. Thank you for watching, thank you for being here, and I look forward to seeing you in my next lesson. Bye for now.